If you want to know who's winning the diplomatic battle after India-Pakistan conflict, then don't start with political speeches. Follow the money. The UAE is investing $5 billion in India. Bilateral trade has crossed $100 billion. Defense cooperation could expand with BrahMos missiles. The India-UAE relationship is right now giving serious Jai Viru vibes. But at the same time, Pakistan's business community is trembling, saying its traders are struggling to even get UAE visas. Has the UAE imposed a silent ban on Pakistani visas? Reports of thousands of Pakistani workers are being deported from the UAE continue to surface. Has the UAE picked a side in the India-Pakistan conflict? Prime Minister Modi's diplomatic masterstroke now has Pakistan surrounded from all three sides: India, Afghanistan, and now the UAE. Pakistan's Sharif must be looking at Prime Minister Modi and Sheikh Al Nahyan as Pakistani bowlers look at Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma out of sheer fear. Pakistan's business community is now repeatedly raising concerns over what it describes as silent visa ban imposed by Abu Dhabi. Business leaders claim that traders with long-established commercial ties in Dubai or Sharjah or Abu Dhabi are now increasingly finding it difficult to secure visas, hurting Pakistani trade. One of the strongest statements came from Shahid Anwar, former Secretary General of Federation of Pakistan Chambers of Commerce and Industry. Speaking to the Express Tribune, he stated, "There appears to be a noticeable gap between the official position and the experience reported by many Pakistani business travelers."
Beggars can't be choosers.
But their concerns do not stop there. Usman Shaukat, president of Rawalpindi Chamber of Commerce and Industry, confirmed several Pakistani businessmen have been unable to obtain UAE visas recently. According to him, important business meetings have been cancelled, exporters have missed major international exhibitions, and commercial engagement with one of Pakistan's most important and historic overseas markets has tanked. Ismail Suttar, founder and chairman of the Salt Manufacturers Association of Pakistan, described the reported restrictions as a serious challenge. However, there is an important point that must be made. The government of the United Arab Emirates officially rejects and denies imposing any blanket visa ban on Pakistan. Emirati authorities maintain that visa applications across different categories continue to be processed. But Islamabad's concerns extend much beyond business visas. Reports indicate that thousands of Pakistani workers have been suddenly deported from the UAE in recent months. Some Pakistanis claimed they returned carrying administrative labels such as jailed or absconding. Reports stated that Etihad Airways terminated 15 Pakistani employees, including individuals who had reportedly served the airline for nearly 2 decades, with instructions to leave the UAE within 48 hours. Whether viewed individually or collectively, these developments have generated anxiety because Pakistan's enormous economic dependence on the UAE and the Gulf region. The United Arab Emirates is home to approximately 1.8 million Pakistani workers, making it one of Islamabad's most important overseas labor markets. Meanwhile, nearly 4.5 million Indians live in UAE and call it home. Remittances from the UAE contribute roughly $6.3 billion during FY 24-25 to Pakistan, providing a crucial source of foreign exchange for its struggling economy. Earlier this year, the UAE sought repayments of $3.5 billion in financial support extended to Pakistan previously. Separately, Pakistan confirmed it was also in the process of returning another $2 billion financial deposit held with the State Bank of Pakistan. Islamabad insists these repayments were part of normal commercial agreements and rejected suggestions that they reflected a breakdown in bilateral ties with Abu Dhabi, but the evidence says otherwise. Has the United Arab Emirates finally grown tired of Pakistan? Taken together, the visa concerns, worker deportations, and financial repayments have fueled debate within Pakistan over the future trajectory of its relations with one of its most important Gulf beneficiaries. Now, compare that with how UAE is betting big on India's global rise. India-UAE relations have been reaching new heights across diplomacy, trade, investment, and now defense. The numbers are striking. Bilateral trade between India and the UAE has now crossed $101 billion, making the Emirates one of India's largest trading partners. This remarkable growth has been driven largely by Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, or the CEPA, signed in 2022. The momentum continues to build. The UAE has announced plans to further invest $5 billion in India, reinforcing confidence in India's long-term economic growth story. Meanwhile, India's total exports reached a record $863.1 billion during FY 25-26. Among India's FTA partners, merchandise exports to the UAE alone reached $37.3 billion. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan have already met 3 times in 2026, reflecting the pace at which the comprehensive strategic partnership continues to build and expand. Earlier this year, Sheikh Mohammed made a brief 3-hour visit to India, where Prime Minister Modi personally welcomed him at the airport. Later, PM Modi described the UAE president as "my brother" in a public message, underlying the close personal relations that has developed between the two leaders. But perhaps the most significant area of cooperation now lies ahead in the defense sector. According to multiple reports, India and the UAE are engaged in high-level discussions regarding the possible export of India's flagship defense system, including the BrahMos missile, or the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile, and the Akashteer integrated air defense command and control system. The timing is important. Between February and early June 2026, Gulf states reportedly faced more than 7,000 attacks involving over 1,700 missiles and 5,300 drones from Iran. The UAE alone experienced nearly 2,800 of these attacks, and in a few rare cases, Iranian drones and missiles managed to strike UAE's public infrastructure and ports. This highlights the growing demand of advanced air defense and precision strike capabilities. India's defense industry has been attracting increased international attention following India's war victory over Pakistan last year, when the Indian Air Force smashed 11 well-defended Pakistani air bases without reply. The BrahMos remains one of the world's fastest operational supersonic cruise missile, traveling at speeds nearly Mach 2.8 to Mach 3, or nearly 1 kilometer every second. Reports indicate that more than 17 countries now, including UAE, Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Brazil, have expressed interest in acquiring the Indian BrahMos missile after Operation Sindoor strikes inside Pakistan. The UAE is also evaluating India's Akashteer air defense system developed by Bharat Electronics Limited. Akashteer acts as an integrated battlefield network connecting radars, sensors, and air defense units to detect and engage incoming aerial threats much faster. For India, these discussions reflect the country's growing reputation as both a trusted strategic partner and now emerging supply of advanced military tech and hardware. India and the UAE are also expanding collaboration in artificial intelligence, logistics, food security, infrastructure, critical minerals, and digital connectivity. So Islamabad must admit its fake news factory has failed after Operation Sindoor. The world is backing India's rise, and Islamabad just can't compete anymore. And that may be the most important takeaway. In geopolitics, relations are often measured less by public rhetoric. After all, Pakistani leaders have been accused of making unverified war claims and threats just to grab a few headlines.
It's all over the social media.
While India has emerged as an unshakable rising power of the 21st century, neither Trump tariffs, nor Pakistani nuclear threats, nor Chinese provocations of the LAC managed to slow India's growth. UAE knows this, and the world is slowly recognizing it. The real question is, should India and the United Arab Emirates also forge a formal defense alliance to counter the Pakistani-Saudi pact? Leave a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe to Inconnect News.